In ancient Bharatvarsha, the struggle for freedom had ended and a new era began. The people embraced not just rights but responsibilities, seeking justice, equality, and opportunity for all. Nation building replaced revolution. The land buzzed with hope and purpose. The founders knew laws alone weren't enough for a nation, needed a soul, a moral compass. They envisioned guiding principles, not as strict laws, but as a conscience for leaders. These principles would inspire justice, social, economic, and political making across every institution. In Nishkala, a province of hardworking people, hope was especially strong. Here, governance was seen as dharma, being a righteous path for the well-being of all. The challenge: turn ideals into action, caring for the most vulnerable. A new generation of leaders, not conquerors but servants, took up this task. Their mission? Build a society where every child could dream and every citizen lived with dignity. The foundation they laid would shape Bharatvarsha's destiny for generations. Among these leaders was Arvi, head of Nishkala, known for empathy and resolve. In the archives, she found a forgotten scroll, the Compass of Governance. It held the directive principles of state policy, a blueprint for a just state. Article 36 defined the state's duty: from every level of government must uphold these ideals. Arvi realized this responsibility was hers, personally and profoundly. Article 37 revealed the principles weren't enforceable by courts. Their power was moral, not legal, but a conscience for governance. The state must apply these principles in making laws, always aiming for the people's welfare. Arvi saw the scroll as a living guide, not a rigid rule book. It offered direction, not answers, for challenging her to pursue a just society. Her journey would be to turn this wisdom into real change. For Nishkala, the compass inspired her to lead with vision, compassion, and integrity. She understood true leadership meant serving the people. Guided by these ideals, the scroll became her silent guide, shaping every decision she made. Arvi focused on the heart of the scroll is social and economic justice. Article 38 urged her to secure justice for all, beyond political freedom. She aimed to narrow the gap between rich and poor, making dignity universal. Article 39 called for equal livelihood and fair resource distribution. Arvi launched reforms, that is, equal pay, fair wages, and prevention of wealth concentration. She protected workers' health, ensured children were in schools, and improved workplace safety. The true wealth of Nishkala, she believed, was its people's well-being. Article 39 inspired her to provide free legal aid, ensuring justice for all. Volunteer lawyers staffed clinics for the poor and marginalized. Arvi's policies targeted the most vulnerable, making justice accessible. Her administration worked to uplift every citizen, not just the privileged. The scroll's directives became the pillars of her governance. Justice, equality, and compassion guided every reform she made. Arvi's vision extended to the fabric of social life. Article 40 emphasized empowering village panchayats is a true democracy from the grassroots. She decentralized power, giving local councils real authority and resources. Villagers managed their own schools, water, and infrastructure, thereby fostering ownership. Inspired by Articles 41 to 43, she secured the right to work, education, and public assistance. Skill programs, accessible schools, and support for workers became priorities. Maternity relief and decent working conditions were ensured for all. Article 44 urged a uniform civil code. Arvi promoted dialogue and consensus, respecting diversity. Article 46 directed her to uplift weaker sections, especially scheduled castes and tribes. She established scholarships, reserved seats, and financial support for marginalized communities. Arvi fought prejudice, ensuring dignity and respect for every individual. Her reforms built a more humane, inclusive society. The principles of the scroll shaped every aspect of life in Nishkala. Arvi learned that true leadership was service guided by conscience. Article 47 inspired public health initiatives such as better nutrition, sanitation, and curbs on harmful substances. She saw a healthy populace as the foundation of strength. Article 48 instilled reverence for nature. The Shah and she led reforestation, protected wildlife, and fought pollution. Environmental stewardship became a sacred trust for future generations. Article 51 called for peace and honorable relations. Arvi fostered harmony and tolerance at home. Her actions were quiet, driven by duty and not applause. The directive principles became her inner voice, shaping every choice. True leadership, she realized, was measured by justice and compassion, not monuments. The scroll's wisdom became the soul of Nishkala and Bharatvarsha. These silent principles, though not law, persistently guided society toward justice and dignity. Aravia's legacy was a province and a nation led by conscience and hope.